everybody. I'm going to show you guys how to set up an event in Cisco Webex Events. So once you log into Cisco Webex, you're going to click down on the bottom left here where it says Webex Events. Click on that. It'll take you to another page. So here on the left hand side you'll see Schedule an Event. Click on Schedule an Event. We're going to go through here all the sections. We're going to start with the event name. Just give your event a name. Next, you have the option to list it on a public calendar. I usually just leave that unchecked. Delete the meetings when it's completed, and a registration code is required. You can leave this code alone. You don't need to give it to anybody. This is just a code that you create. Next, we're going to go down to the date and time for the event. So select our date and time that we're going to have this meeting. Make sure you put the date in, time. Next is the duration of the meeting. Make sure you select enough hours or enough time that in case your meeting does go over, you're not kicking out anyone that goes over. So if you're usually at a 2-hour meeting, give yourself 3 hours, or 3 hours and 30 minutes, or 2 hours and 30 minutes. Just make sure it goes over what you're planning on having the meeting so you don't want to get kicked out. Next is the time zones. Make sure the time zones is appropriate, should be by default. Go down to the audio conference settings. We're going to select Webex Audio, leave that pretty much as default. Skip down to the event description. We're going to put a description in here, just whatever you want to call this. Next, we can upload a picture, and the picture has to be a certain size. So I had just put usually a district logo here. Let me pull this up. And it will automatically put my logo here. If you want to put a picture of who the host is, you can find a picture of them, put it on here. If you want to add any material, so let's say you have an agenda, PDF, documents, photos, whatever, you can upload those here. This whole rest of this section pretty much leave as default. If you want to have, after the event is over, you can create a survey. So if you want to have some questions after the meeting, after the event, you can create a custom survey there. Or if you want to send them to another URL saying thank you for attending our meeting or attending our event, you can do that. Next, we'll go down to attendees and registration. So here you can put in a list of who you want to invite to the meeting. I'm just going to leave this blank because I'm going to publish my link to register for the event, and it'll allow people to come and register themselves. So I don't have to go through and invite everybody who I want to invite. You can have them go to a designated URL after they register, so you can customize that. The approval required, usually I can set this to no, so that way it just automatically approves the person who is going to join the event. Now attendees, they only attend. They don't have any rights to unmute themselves automatically. Presenters and panelists do. So anybody that you want to invite that is going to be a person of interest, whether they're presenting or they're going to be a panelist, you want to make sure you invite them here. So you can create an invitation list, put in their first name, put in their email, whatever it is, and then add to invitation list. And just hit invite, and it'll invite them to the meeting. You can make a custom password for the panelists. I would just recommend leaving it as blank. And I actually wouldn't invite anybody other than just yourself. Because once I go through all this, and I'm just going to edit this and get rid of this person. I'm going to go and schedule this event. And I'm going to just hit send now. Oh, I got to select somebody, so I'm going to just select the host. Send now, hit OK, and hit continue. This here is the link that you'll share with everybody. So you can right click this link, put it into an email, put it onto a website, wherever you want to put it at. This link here is for the panelists, so you do not want to give this out to just anybody, because these people, once they join the meeting, they have the right to unmute themselves, share any content that they want to share. So be very careful with what links you share with who. Again, the event password, none of that information needs to be shared. All that needs to happen is people will go to this link and they're going to register. And when the time comes for the meeting to join, it'll be hit button here that says join now. All they have to do is join and they're ready. They're in.